Hey guys, so I've been sharing pretty openly about how I struggle with depression and particularly these past few months really kind of being in a dark place and now kind of being on the upswing and where I'm at. So I wanted to talk briefly about how I've played around with my own movement practice to work for me right now. And I feel like when we talk about mental health and depression, there's sort of two ends of the spectrum. There's depressed and not depressed. But I always feel like there's this weird space in between where, okay, I'm not depressed anymore, but I'm not 100%. So how do I meet myself in the middle? So I'm going to show you some things that have worked for me. You can treat this either as a warm-up to maybe a workout or, whatever kind of exercise you're into. You could treat it like a yoga practice or, a mobility practice. Or if you want to just kind of take a couple minutes to get in your body and out of your head. And I'm just winging this, so if I'm out of frame, hopefully you can kind of get the gist. If you can't see something, just message me. I haven't had the energy or desire to do this in a long time, so I'm just going with it. My therapist tells me to, capitalize on my energy, so I'm doing that. Last few bits of advice. Think of this as a recipe. So these are kind of the basic ingredients, but depending on your dietary needs, you could certainly add flavors or spices or omit certain things that don't work for you. So if you've got issues with wrist or your back or, whatever it might be, play around with this. This is just a suggestion. And set your timer for 2 minutes. That's literally how I started. And when 2 minutes is up, be done, especially if you were struggling just to complete those 2 minutes. Don't overthink it. Just be grateful for completing that task. And there was something else I wanted to say, and maybe I'll remember as I get going. So you don't have to have a mat. I'm on a mat. You could just be in your house, in a gym, whatever you're going to do. And I really wanted to focus on sort of the main parts of my body, which are the spine, kind of my upper back and shoulders, and my hips. So you can start standing, bring your chin to your chest, and just roll on down, kind of like a rag doll. Hopefully my microphone isn't making weird noises. And then you're going to rotate to your right. Your left foot's going to want to get light, but anchor down through the left leg, and then you're going to roll on up from there. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward, and then just lean back to any amount that feels good. Palms can face forward. Tuck the chin in. I'm a little rusty, guys. And then you're going to repeat, just going to the opposite side. So you're going to roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Knees can be bent. And then you'll rotate to your left, anchor through the right, roll on up. And then same thing, a little back bend, squeeze the glutes, and then come center. This time we're going to hinge from the hips, bend the knees, reach down towards the floor, maybe your ankles or your shins, and we're going to come to a full squat. If that's difficult, again, play around with that. We're going to bring hands to the floor, step back into a plank, and right here you could really play around with a bunch of options. You could do a push-up. Aren't you guys glad I showed you that? Or, you could do like some bear crawls, things like that. I'm going to go to downward facing dog. Bring my right leg forward. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling, twist open to the right. Arm comes back down, left knee to the floor. Reach my arms up, reach back, making a circular motion, and then reverse. So I'm squeezing the left glute, pressing my hips forward, palms down, same thing. I'm going to come back to that lunge, downward facing dog, left leg forward, open to the left and twist. Right knee down. Arm circle. And you could replace this with anything. Again, make it your own. Come back up. Now this time, hands come in between the left foot. Bring your right foot forward into a squat. Arms reach up. Press to the top. And that's it. That's one round. So again, try a couple minutes of that. It's enough to kind of get your blood flowing. Obviously, I haven't done that in a while and talked at the same time, so I'm a little winded. You can make this as slow as you wish, as fast-paced as you wish. And again, go to your exercise or stop right there. What I loved most about this is when you're feeling down, when you're feeling depressed, I find my ability to focus is pretty hard. And just a simple act of putting clothes on to work out and then actually starting to do it, in between that time, I can lose interest fast. So I just wanted something that didn't give me time to back out. Hope that makes sense. Hopefully you guys could hear me okay and see me okay. And for those of you that are struggling, hang in there. I'm with you. You're not alone. Take care of yourself. See you guys.